Today, friends, I'm going to show you how to quickly make a 3D printable helmet bottle opener. So let's get cracking. To make this faster, I have a template for you. If you type bit.ly/HLOpener, you will get to a Tinkercad project. Once you get here, friends, this is set to copy and tinker. Please remember the golden rule of Tinkercad: give a reaction before you copy and tinker. Once the project opens, you'll have three main parts. We've got the helmet, we've got the part where the opener is, and then you'll have the parts where the penny will go. So let me show you the steps. First, we're going to adjust the height. I'm going to tell you a good number for this is 7 millimeters. I have made it with 6 millimeters, but you can find a strength that you're happy with and a print time. And then we're going to save this forever by clicking on it, switching to your creations, and creating a shape that we call the helmet. That way you can reuse this again and again. It'll save it for other projects. We want it to be a solid. I am not going to lock the part size because that way we can make it taller later if we want to, and we're going to simply save the shape. Now we also need to save the hole. I'm going to make sure it's set as a hole. Choose your creations. Once again, create that shape. This one's going to be called, I'm going to name it opener. Make sure it's set as a hole. I am not going to lock this part size either in case we end up making it taller, but we do want to keep the shape. And hit Save Shape. You'll notice these both show up here, so now we can use them again and again. Finally, let me show you the penny parts. 19.5 is a good measurement for a penny. I have made this 1.7 millimeters thick. Let's take those two shapes and do Control G and turn them into a hole. I'm going to save that as well. Create shape. This is going to be called penny cutout. And I'll leave that part size unlocked just in case you want to change the thickness as well. Save shape, and our three pieces are now put together. To line them up, we are going to use the ruler. I'm going to simply bring it out, click on the helmet, and I want to set it to 0 in that direction and 0 in this direction. It is lined up on this edge. Now when we click on the hole, the numbers we want are 8, press enter, and 11, press enter. This lines it up in the bottom of your helmet. I'm going to just close this real quick and show you if you do L for align and choose middle, it's in a wackadoodle location. So you wouldn't want that. That's why we use the ruler. Now I can do Control Z and just bring that back. Once again, if you want to make this stronger, you can change it to 8 or 9, whatever you want. I'm going to set mine back to 7 millimeters. Friends, let's get this assembled. First, I'm going to take this height and I'm going to match it to the helmet, 7 and 7. I'm also going to adjust this hole. I did a test print and it was a tiny bit loose. So instead of 1.7, I'm going to use 1.6. Now let's hide the helmet, select the two shapes, choose L for align. We want this hole to be the master and we want it to be centered in this direction and vertically. We do not want to mess with this direction. We're going to switch to flat view and we're going to look at this from the top. We want these to be lined up close, and then we want to move it in 1, 2, 3, 4 millimeters. This is going to give us enough of the penny hanging out so that when we try and open a bottle, there will be a penny that grips it. Now we can hit Show All, bring everything back, and do Control G to group. I'm going to shut off flat view, and bingo, there's your awesome helmet. Simply 3D print this, slide a penny in there, and you will be able to instantly open bottles. Now, friends, I want mine to have a Detroit Lions logo on it, so of course I'm going to start by making this a gray. And then I've got a full tutorial that shows you how to get this logo. I'll make sure I put that tutorial up here in the corner. Now, because this design is created from that SVG file, we can use the different fill modes to help us out. When I bring this into Bambu Labs, these are too thin to print. So check it out. I'm just going to do Control D, switch to outer line, change that value to 0.3 and press enter. Make sure it's round and maximize the quality. After a moment, you'll see those lines show up. The design is now thicker and it should print better. If you wanted the entire inside of the lion blue, check it out. Control D again. Set the next one to silhouette. And then I'm going to change it to be thinner. So I'm going to do 0.4 and press enter. And that way the lion will have a 3D texture. I'm going to export these all. Here is the helmet piece, export, selected shape, STL. I'm going to call it helmet bottle opener 3 and save changes. Then I'm going to hide that so I don't accidentally grab it again. And now I'm going to grab the lion parts and I'm going to export those all together as well. Once again, as an STL, only the selected shapes. And I'm going to change this to say Lion's logo. Now we can quickly bounce to Bambu Lab Studio. And in a brand new project, I'm going to add those two files. Notice we grab them at the same time. Choose open, say yes, single object, multiple parts. Switch to object mode, and we need to find the logo. And I want it to print with the blue. The helmet's going to print with the awesome silky silver. If I back out to, I'm going to make sure that I am using 20mm strength. And then I also want to shut off the prime tower. This makes it a little faster, and since it does all the silver before the blue, I really don't have to worry about it. Let's hit slice plate. Notice it's going to take about 39 minutes, and let's send it to the 3D printer. After a moment, it swaps to the device menu. Of course, once it finishes downloading, we can hit play and monitor everything from afar. Friends, once you have created your awesome design with your custom logo, you can share it with the world. Let me show you how quickly that can happen. Before I share it, I love to change the background color to something that is a little more spiffy. Of course, with it being a Lions project, I'll pick a Lions color, and I also like to shut off the grid. Once I've got my colors the way I want, you simply click back to the Tinkercad workspace, click on the Properties gear, change the name, fill in the details, add some tags. Don't forget, if you add the HLMT23 tag, I check that tag every day, and of course, I'll give you a reaction. Finally, make your design public, and then if you want people to be able to change your design, leave it as share alike. If you don't want people to be able to change your design, simply choose no derivatives and save changes. You will have to prove you're not a robot, but then finally, you can wrap it up. Once you've completed that, friends, if you click on the gallery, of course, the first thing you'll see are all the staff picks. Check out all these fantastic designers. Of course, when you do check them out, make sure you take a moment to give them a reaction. If it's one of my designs, don't forget there are other tips down below, or you can see all of my designs by clicking on the PFP. Of course, friends, what we're doing right now, though, is shutting off staff picks, switch into the More Designs button, and after a few moments, bingo, there's your project, so the rest of the world can check it out. Of course, while I'm out here, friends, I always love to check out other people's designs. You never know just whose day you might be making. Oliver, that looks fantastic. And less than an hour later, Detroit Lions helmet bottle opener. How cool is that? And of course, we wrap up by sliding in a penny. Just like that. And of course, tracking down your favorite bottle and test. Friends, I do also want to say thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. Absolutely love how that group is growing. You can learn more in the description. And of course, with the bit.ly up above. Finally, friends, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget, every time you hit that like button, share a video, add a comment, or hit subscribe, you're helping HLModTech get just a little bit bigger, which absolutely makes my day. Friends, have a glorious day and keep tinkering.